for allowing me to talk about the books that I published as an author. I enjoyed working on all of the books, and I look forward to sharing them with you. So the first book is Meeting the Girl, which is a story that is mostly about my experiences with dating. So let me share my screen. So this book has illustrations. It is about 51 pages. And as you can see, there's like different colors for each of the different characters for the text. It like here's an illustration of a flower bow, and this is dialogue about my me with my fictional girlfriend. And so we're talking, or like on a date, and we're talking about like what is going on in her life. So I published this book self-published, and it's available on Amazon, and I published it with the help of Tink Tank Animate. And I remember how much I enjoyed the process when I was working on it. It took me about 6 months to publish it, and I am glad that you all are going to get to read it as well. So the next book I have is my picture book. It's a picture book of my artwork. It's about 50 pages. And I have a bunch of my artwork from when I first started as an artist. So here's an illustration of a coffee cup or a hot chocolate mug. Here's an illustration of dice. Here is an illustration of a wooden figurine, and that's my dog. And here's an illustration of a bat. So there's all different types of illustrations in my Blast from the Past book, and I hope that you all get to read it. And last but not least, we have the Zaniya Virus, which is my third book. And as you can see, the illustrations for it are detailed. And this book is about my character named Austin, who goes through life, and his purpose is to find a cure for a virus in his world called the Zaniya Virus and prevent another pandemic from happening. So this is a graphic novel, so you can see that each illustration has a style not normally seen in my artwork. It's dotted line style. Like notice here, there's dotted lines. And these illustrations are my favorite illustrations because they're really detailed. Does anyone have any questions?
What I do. What was your like inspiration for that third book to change it up as you did?
It was my my experiences with the pandemic, and I was inspired by my work at my job at NIH and my internship with Project Search there for that book. And also I was inspired by current events.
Do you like that form of artwork that you did for that book, or do you prefer the other versions?
I like that form, but I don't do that form very often because I think that it looks nicer the other way.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're very talented, Justin. How long have you been drawing?
I've been drawing since middle school, and I took a break in high school because I was in the marching band and I didn't have time to draw, but I started drawing again in college and I've been doing drawing ever since.
That's really good, all of them.
Thank you.
Are you planning on another book?
I am, but it's going to be a surprise.
Well, I'm looking forward to reading all three of those and the book full of art.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm gonna look forward to the fourth book too.
Okay. Yes.
I just wanted to mention where you have them, right? You have these books available on Amazon. And
Yeah,
as
they're
well-
all available on Amazon. A couple of them are available on a self-publishing site called Lulu. And Meeting the Girl actually is an audio version and an ebook version available on Amazon and Audible and iTunes as well. And you can listen to it on either of those services. And my third book's available on Barnes and Noble online.
Alright.
Yes.
Have you ever dated a girlfriend in real life?
Yes, I have, but that's a little too personal.
Yeah, and have you ever got married or no? You decide not to. You're a
I'm
single
going
man.
to, but later in life.
I'm a single man, so nah.
Hmm.
How long did it take you to write that first book, Justin?
It took me about 6 months to write it. And I spent a lot of time on like the details for the illustrations. Like those weren't easy illustrations to draw, and so I spent a lot of time perfecting them.
Yeah, looks like it. Good work.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Jen.
Oh, this is a little off topic of the books, more about your artwork. Can I tell them about Montgomery Parks a little bit?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So Justin was contracted by Montgomery Parks and Recreation to outline or draw a mural in Wheaton at their activities park in Wheaton. And it's huge. It's like on like what, a 15-foot wall in the park. And so seeing the design that he came up with, and then seeing you have your books, I do kind of see the similarity from that sketch or that drawing that you did publicly in the park that'll forever be there, to your books is really neat. Do you have other places in the state that your artwork is being shown or your books being used or shown?
Yes. Like I'm part of an art program called Visibility Art Lab, and we do like art shows around the state of Maryland. Like we
Okay.
did one in Tacoma Park. We've done one at Shop 53 in La Plata. We've done one at like Art in the Realm, which is Art Baltimore's event. So we've had a lot of art shows around Maryland.
Okay. Does any of your artwork hang or is displayed at NIH, like in your office work area?
Yes, I have a few pieces. They're digital pieces, though I don't have any paintings because I'm worried that when winter comes, if like it's really warm and humid in my office, then I won't like have like nice paintings or like dry, or they'll get runny or that sort of thing. Because paint
Right.
is not meant to last in like the warm heat.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you do email the book, I'm gonna donate it to a little kid.
Okay.
I don't really need that book. You can donate that to a little kid.
Okay.
I'm not interested. You can email it to somebody else. I'm not interested in the book.
Okay.
Thanks for the offer, though.
You're welcome.
I have a question. How did you like get started with everything? Like, I'm very interested to see how you decided to publish or started writing, like something.
Would I do the artwork?
The books, like, how did you decide to, like, was it just something that you were doing for fun and you turned it into, like you turned it into something that you decided to publish, or was it like, did you plan it out? Like, how did you go about it?
Well, when I first started the artwork, I was using Adobe software, and I had to get good at Adobe software first before I was able to do artwork for any books.
Mhm.
And so basically for my third book, I traced collages that I had made using Photoshop, and then I digitally painted those collages. For my second book, that was entirely original artwork, and I drew it in my own style. For my first book, that's artwork that I previously done when I was first starting out.
Oh, cool. I do have another question. I'm just trying to formulate it in my head. Hold on. Like, was it something that you have been wanting to do, or was it something that you kind of like stumbled upon in terms of like writing?
It was something that I like when I was creating artwork. I met my mentor, who helped me with the books. And at the time, I was only interested in animating things, but I started creating art, and then I realized that I had a passion for writing. So that's how I got interested in writing books and illustrating them.
Awesome.
Can I ask a question? With getting onto Amazon, was that hard to do, or did like your publisher get you on Amazon to sell?
Well, I independently published each book, and for the first two books, it was easy to get on. And then the third book, my mentor and I ran into trouble with the graphic novel because it was too big, or like it wasn't the right size, or they had like a lot of issues with it, but it got published. It just took a while.
Okay. I think that's just so neat that you're published and that you're on Amazon. I think that's really, really cool. And not only one, you have 3 books, and now you're
Yes.
saying you're doing a 4th one. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite talent and skill.
Thank you. You had a question, Gabby?
No, that was I know it took a while, but I was able to get it out.
Okay.
Is there anything else you have for us, Justin, in terms of?
Well, I can share a little bit more about my books.
Mhm.
Let me share my screen. So this is my third book. Obviously I'm not going to share the ending, but I will share a little bit more. Like there's press conferences in the book. There's like science in the book. There's like special agent type stuff in the book. It's really interesting. And then up here, this is a doctor who's in the book, and Austin goes through the background check that everyone else has to go through in order to get a job. And then in meeting the girl, notice that each when I say that my feelings, I talk about my feelings in different colors that I feel and like how my feelings are shaped. And then I have the sad part of the book, and notice the buildings are rarely detailed. And notice that the moon is really big. I got it to shine really bright. And then in this book, I have a lot of different illustrations with many different themes. Like here's a cherry blossom, here's a cicada, here's an astronaut, and there's a fish. So there's many different inspiration for my books. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay.
Is there anything else that you wanted to share about maybe some more inspiration? Anything about your other books?
Yes, so the Zaniya Virus was like I said, was inspired by current events and like different things that I saw like in my journey through life. And meeting the girl actually was based on like something that happened to me that I wanted to write about. And it took me a while because there's like over 100 illustrations for 2 of the books. So that took a while. And then I got like the illustrations done, and then I had to do the writing. So it was a lot of work.
I was gonna ask that too. Like, is it how difficult was it to go through all the steps of having to publish to actually, get the books going?
It was pretty difficult, but once I had the idea down for each book, I was able to do the writing and the illustrations no problem. Yes.
So how, and you might have said this already and I just didn't get it. How long does it take you when you're working on a book, like from start to finish, from like the original concept to the finalized product?
Well, it takes like depending on the book, like for my first 2 books, it took me like 6 to 8 months
Okay.
from start to finish. And then for my 3rd book, it took a little longer. It took almost a year for my 3rd book, and it would have taken longer, except I was working really hard on my 3rd book every time I had like free time. So
Okay.
that's what I was doing. Like in my free time, I was working on illustrating and writing books whenever I had time. So
Cool,
for
thank you.
that book, it took me like a year and maybe a month more.
Awesome. Is there anything that you're working on like that you have in the works?
Well, I have a mural design book in the works based on the mural from Wheaton Park. I made like 5 or 6 more murals that are gonna be in a book. And they all have different themes related to issues that are happening in the world. And then I have a couple of art projects that I'm working on, like a pickguard for a guitar that I'm gonna do a fluid painting on top of. It's my 3rd pickguard. I'm gonna be doing that. And then I have 2 digital pieces that I usually work on when I'm at my art program. And I go to my art program on Wednesdays when I'm not working.
So
Yes.
you did mention that you have a passion for writing, right? Is there anything else
Right.
that like kind of pushes you or motivates you to continue on writing and doing art?
Well, what motivates me for writing is picking like something that I'm interested in and then expanding on that. And then for creating art, what motivates me is the things that I see around me, and that's what inspires me and motivates me for different topics.
Okay. Cool.
Does anyone else have any more questions? Okay.
Do you have anything else for us, Justin?
I don't have anything else. I'm sorry it's so short,
No, it's good. It was a lot of
but
information.
if anyone has any more questions, they can email me, or they can go to like my website on WordPress, which is www.jkvalenti2014.com, and that has a lot of my art on it.
Oh, do you mind putting that in the chat so we can?
Sure, I can put that in the chat.
I do have to run. Thank you, Justin, so much for sharing today. It was great.
You're welcome.
Bye. Thank you for.
Okay, I put it in the chat.
Okay.
And
So we can. So if anyone's interested, that's where we can get a hold of some of your work.
yes,
Awesome.
you can order it with the contact page on my website, which goes to my email.
All right, I'm just copying it over here. So if no one else has any questions, and Justin, that's about all, right?
Yes,
All right.
and if anyone has any other questions that come up, you can email me.
Alrighty.
I have another question. Do you
Yes.
play video games?
I used to, not anymore though. I've been creating art and writing most of my time.
Yeah, so what video games did you used to play?
I used to play all types of games, but this isn't the place to discuss that.
It's okay. Just wanted to do some a little off topic, but we'll get, you guys do your own thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for bringing it up. You're a great artist though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I bet the targeted audience for your books are probably like younger audiences,
Yes.
like preschool to like 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. I'm glad I
Does
was able to.
anyone, does
Hey,
anyone else have any questions? Okay,
All right, so thank you very much, Justin, for all the information. I pulled up the website and I already see some great artwork. Um, so if no one else has any questions, then that's all for today. Do you have like a closing statement or anything, Justin?
yes.
All right.
So, all of my books are available on Amazon, Lulu, Barnes and Noble, Audible, and one of them's even available on iTunes or like Apple Books. And you can find them there. And if you have any other things that you want to like commission me to create artwork or something, you can go to my website and go to the contact page and you can contact me there.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Justin. Very interesting.
I was
You're
glad I
welcome.
was able to join.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, Tim.
I'm okay.
All righty, see you later.
See you.